Good. Excuse me. Good morning, everybody. This is Paul Romero with the Swiss Gold Global Independent Business Owners Training number 49, Independent Business Owners Network Marketing Training number 49. And today is Thursday, not October 7th. Yeah, okay, October 16th, 2014. And special welcome to everyone who's out there looking at this call today. Special welcome to Phoenix, Arizona. The Eagle has landed. I have made it back from Lake Tahoe, California, and time to get back to work, back to some serious business here in building my Swiss Gold Global organization and flipping some wholesale real estate and putting together some serious programs to augment those processes. Got in a little late, so I'm a little bit blittery this morning. So just hang with me here. We've been talking about the last couple of weeks. We've been talking about on Thursdays my own sort of take here, and we've been talking about financial freedom. What is financial freedom? And basically we've determined that financial freedom, and this is the definition that I like to use, that I like to encourage those in my Swiss Gold Global organization to coin as the definition for financial freedom, and that is the ability to live the lifestyle that you desire without having to work or depend on anyone else for income. Now, as I've already mentioned before, the lifestyle that you desire, that is the key point, okay? And I got a little exercise for you guys today, a little homework assignment for next week. Because as I mentioned before, everyone's idea of, well, let me just say this, everyone's dream, what would you ultimately want to have from this life? Where do you see yourself? I mean, which a lot of us have actually given up our dreams, but going back to the days when you had a dream and knowing that right now there is grand opportunity going on in the world. After the crash, I'll get into that on another call, but the period after a recession is the period in time when the most millionaires, the most billionaires, the most wealthy people, the biggest transfer of wealth has ever happened, throughout our history. And we've had 4 major recessions in this country, and each time, within the first 10 to 15 years following, the actual crash, that's when the most millionaires, billionaires, rich, wealthy people are created each and every time. And we're in the middle of that. We're in year 6 from 2008 to 2014. We're in year 6 right now. We've got 6, we've got 4 to 9 more to go. It varies. I believe that with the economy and everything that's going on right now, that it's probably closer to 4 than it is to 9 with the opportunity that's available. The opportunity available right now is so big. It's so huge. There's so much available to all of us right now that, we need to really take advantage of this time to build wealth and prepare ourselves for the future and, potential disasters that could come down the pike. I mean, that's a whole nother story as well, too. We could go into, not necessarily the doom and gloom, but I mean, the financial outlook for the world and this country doesn't really look that good. There's, the box of Band-Aids is pretty much run out, and the next time that, we fall down and gash open our knee, or actually, tear off those Band-Aids that are on there right now, it's the problems are underneath those Band-Aids are still there. They haven't really gone away. They're just sitting there festering. And when this next time, there's not going to be any cures. So Financial freedom, again, the ability to live the lifestyle that you desire. Okay, different for everyone. It doesn't have to mean multimillionaire, multi-billionaire status to be financially free. Whatever, whatever you need to be able to live your dream, whatever that is, however small, however big, that is what financial freedom means to you. It's different to me. It's different from the guy on the street. It's different from, your coworker. It's different from, your family. Everybody has a unique individual dream, and the amount of money required to do and live that dream is different for each of us. Now, how do we get financial freedom? We started to talk about this the other day. So let's look at the second part. First of all, the ability to live the lifestyle you desire. That determines how much. The second part of that definition explains what. Okay, because it's like, okay, how much of what? And that is without having to work or depend on anyone else for income. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, if you're working, you're trading your time for money. Okay, and ultimately, what we're looking for financial freedom for is so that we can ultimately just have freedom, most specifically time freedom, because I don't know about you, but my time is the most valuable commodity that I have on this planet Earth. And I think if you don't feel the same way, you should look at that, and you should really evaluate. Hey, is your time? What is your time worth? Your time's worth everything. It's the most important thing that you have on this planet is your time. And if you're trading it for cash, if you're trading your time for a paycheck so that you can get that money at the end of the week, so that you can pay the rent of the mortgage to keep the roof over your head, and you can pay the bills to keep the lights on, and you can pay, to keep the food on the table, and keep the gas in the car, and keep the insurances paid up, and what else do you have to, maybe stock away a little bit for the college, the kids' college education, and make the car payments and all the things that we have. And at the end of the day, when it's all said and done at the end of the week, have virtually nothing left over and have to go back out and do it again. Quite honestly, I mean, if you think about this, you are a slave. You are enslaved to the system. And that's a tough place to be. I know. I ran through it for 40 years myself. Well, not 40, but long enough. It's not fun. You just you're a rat on the treadmill. You're a rat in the wheel, running around and getting nowhere. And what's worse, to pile on top of that, is during the last 40 years, 38 to be exact, from the last recession of the 70s to 2008, we were of the mindset that we transitioned from the industrial age into the consumerism age. And so we have been conditioned over the past 38 years to spend, to buy, to use debt, to go into debt, to create debt, to spend our money on depreciating assets like cars and TVs and electronics and things that gain no value. They depreciate. They have less value over time. Some things like cars, I mean, it depreciates in value the second you drive it off the lot. You just lost a couple $1,000s right there. And so we've been conditioned to think that way. And now, after this recession, even though we're in a transition period from getting out of the consumerism age and moving on to the next phase, which again, like I said, a whole nother discussion, and we're in that transition phase of where all the opportunity is. What is the message that we're receiving? How many? I mean, let's see how much you've been paying attention. Have you noticed more and more credit card commercials on television? Have you noticed more and more car loan commercials on television, and more house loan commercials on television, and just more and more spend everywhere you turn. And have you also noticed that the bill collectors, if you might remember back before 2006, if you had any problems, if you fell behind, you fell behind a month on your payment, it's no big deal. You got a little notice that said, hey, your payment was due on the 1st, and you're late. And you're like, and we're going to have to charge you, $5 for a late fee. And you're like, oh, okay, no problem. And then let's say for some reason, what happened? Maybe you went on vacation. You totally forgot. You were late. You missed the first one. You went on vacation. You totally forgot. Month 2 rolls around, right? And here you get a notice and it says, hey, you missed a payment a month ago. You're late on this payment. We're going to have to charge you a late fee. And then, for whatever reason, a family emergency came up and you had to run out of town. You totally forgot about the bill. And month 3 comes along. And, here you get a letter in the mail and it says, hey, you're 3 months behind on the payment, and we're gonna have to add another $5 late fee, and if you don't pay by the next 30 days or so, we might have to think about shutting you off or cutting you off or ending your service or whatever it is, right? And so here you are 3 months down the road, you still got another 30, 45 days, whatever it is, and that time comes around, and then maybe you get one of them red notices that says, hey, you are 3 months behind, and if you don't turn off by this date or call us and make some arrangements, we're going to shut you off in 2 weeks. So I don't know if you've been late on any payments recently, but now when you get behind on a payment, you're 30 days late. Your payment was due on the 1st, and 15th came up, and you're 15 days late. You get a notice that says, hey, you're late on your payment. We're tacking on $5 late fee, and you need to make this payment, within the next, you need to make this payment immediately. And then, so most of them aren't doing anything right then and there, but by the time the second bill comes in, by the time you are full 30 days late and your second bill, and now you owe 2 months, you're getting, hey, you're a month behind. You need to pay up. We're at another $5 late fee. And if you don't pay this within the next 10 days, we're shutting you off. There is no grace period anymore. They want the money out of your pocket now, not, oh, well, we'll get it from him in a few months. No, this guy ain't got no money. Let's get it now. Get what we can get now, because we know we're not going to, this could all change tomorrow and we won't get nothing. So let's get what we can get right now. Every last penny. Let's get it now, and the same thing with, gas prices. Why do you think gas prices are so low right now? I don't know if you live in the South, you probably don't hear about this. This is a big thing in the North, and it's all about, hey, the winter blend costs less to make, so we can lower the price of gasoline. And that's been happening for some years now. I never really thought about it before, but you know what? And it seems to happen every year, right around end of September, October. The prices start coming down a little bit because they're switching from the summer blend to the winter blend, which costs less money to make. So we can pass that savings on to you. Do you really honestly think that the big petro giants, if they had a summer blend and a winter blend that was less expensive, that they would pass on any savings to you whatsoever? And not just take that extra money from the difference in the cost that it takes to blend that mix and just stick it right in their pockets? Yeah, you're damn right they would. They would put it right in their pockets. But there's a grander scheme. See, if they lower the prices of gasoline in September, October, by the time November rolls around, hey, you're feeling pretty good about life. Gas is cheap, things are great, Christmas is coming. Guess what? I can spend more money. Yeah. And I can, I could probably go into a little bit deeper in debt because, gas prices are low. That's freed up $100 a month. I could make an extra payment on the credit card if I rack up another $500,000 on that credit card, So it's a scary, scary thing. And now 2014, look where we're at. After crash, right? Prices plummet. 2011, worst, bottom of the barrel. We start coming back up. Housing prices skyrocket. 2012, 2013, prices bounce back up. What? 40 out of the 60% that was lost, return in price and value, and then we've plateaued off. We made this big grand recovery. Everything looked fantastic. Oh, people are going back to work. Houses are good. Prices are going up. Blah blah blah. Everything's wonderful again. We're getting back there. We're almost there. Everything is cool. And so now we've tapered off and flattened out. And how many of you have noticed more National Association of Realtors commercials on TV telling you that the market is hot, real estate is on fire right now, get out there and buy a house? Why are they pumping these commercials out there? Because you aren't out there buying houses. That's why they're pumping the commercials at you. The real estate market is not hot right now. The real estate market was hot from 2011 to 2013. That's when the real estate market was hot. Now the real estate market is flat. So now they got to pump you with these commercials to get you to think that the real estate market is hot. Geez, they're telling me it's hot. I got to go buy a house because they're telling me I got to go buy a house. And they want you to go. It's all about trying to get you to continue to fall back into the old mindset, pre-2006 mindset, go back to doing exactly what you were doing pre-crash stuff, spending money, taking all your extra money and just spending it on frivolous nothingness, and building up more credit and more debt, and getting as much money out of your pocket right now while there's still money to get out of your pocket, because very soon, coming down the pike here, there's not going to be any money in your pocket for them to get, and they know that, so they got to get it now, right now. So anyway, back to the financial freedom thing. I got off on a little tangent there. So what is it that you need to create financial freedom? Well, what you need to have is, money coming in that you don't have to work or depend on anyone else for that income. And what that equates to is something called passive income or residual income. And for those of you who don't understand what that is, basically, passive and residual income is money that you have coming in that is a result, that is not a result of your material participation. In other words, you didn't have to perform an act, or you didn't have to, perform a service, or you didn't have to sell a product, or you specifically didn't have to do something in order to make that money come in. All right, that's earned income, and that's what you're getting from your jobs is earned income. You're trading your time. You have to be there on your job performing certain duties in order to make that money come in. Right, that's earned income. Passive income. And what I like to look at passive income is this: do something once, get paid forever. Okay, so just consider your job as a cook, all right, in a pizza place. So let's just say that you go to work and you have to you make pizzas, right? So you have to prep the dough, and you make a big batch of dough, and the dough makes 100 pizza crusts. All right, so but you have to prep this batch of dough. So let's say that you have to prep 3 batches of dough every day, because but 100 you guys sell a lot of pizzas, and you sell about 300 pizzas a day. So you make a batch of dough in the morning, and by noon those have sold out. You make a batch of dough, at noon, and by 4 o'clock those are sold out. And you make a batch of dough at 4, and by the evening time, those have sold out. So, what if you could, instead of spending your day, making 3 batches of dough and making 300 pizzas and getting paid, $150, $200, whatever it is for your day. If even that, let's see here, $80 for your day. Wow. $80, and they want to raise minimum wage to $10 an hour. Woo! Put in an 8-hour day, make $80. Yeah. Oh, take out the taxes first. Maybe make what? 69. That's scary. But anyway, so instead of trading your whole 8 hours to make these 3 batches of dough and make 100 pizzas and get paid your $80, what if there's, to create passive income, if each time you made a batch of dough, you were able to collect and get paid $1 a month for the rest of your life. So for every day that you went into work and you made 3 batches of dough, at the end of that month, you're going to collect $3. And you come in the next day on Tuesday and you do it again. And the end of the month, you're going to collect $6. And on Wednesday, you do it again. And you have, and that's 9, and you're going to collect $9. And then Thursday, you come in and you do it again, and you're going to collect 12. And Friday, you come in and you're going to collect $15. And so at the end of the month, you know, that's 4 weeks, 15 times 4, $60. So at the end of 1 month's time, you're already collecting $60 a month coming in. Now, $60 a month doesn't pay a whole lot. Might pay your gas bill, though, you know, not for your car, obviously, but, you know, for your house, you know, gas bill in your house. That might pay your gas bill. So you've just freed up, you gave yourself a raise of $60 a month because now you have a gas bill that you don't have to pay because you made, you know, all those batches of dough throughout the month. You now have $60 coming in every month that you don't have to make a batch of dough again for. That every month for the rest of your life, that $60 is going to come into you that you can use to pay for your gas bill. You could stop making pizzas right now and never pay a gas bill again the rest of your life. But why would you want to do that if you're creating passive income, right? So you continue on doing this, right? And you know, after another month's worth of time, you got another $60 coming in. Now you got $120 coming in, and maybe you can pay the gas bill and the power bill. You know, and then another month goes by, and then you got $90 coming in. And I know these, yeah, you're not going to pay, you know, or $180 coming in, and you know, I know your electric bill is not going to be $60 a month, but you get what you just get what I'm saying here. You know, the next month comes in, you get another $60 over time. You know, I mean, how many batches of pizza dough could you make to eventually get to the point where you could say, hey, you know what? I've got $2,000 coming in every month, or I've got $3,000 or $5,000 or whatever number you need. I got that much money coming in every month that if I don't show up for work next month, all my bills are paid. Wow, look at that. Financial freedom. That's what we're talking about, okay? Do something once, get paid forever. I got to get out of here. We're running late. Here is your homework assignment. Think about where you are right now as far as what it costs you to live. Home bills, rent, mortgages, food, gasoline, insurances, you know, children's activities, you know, I mean, all the things that you have going in your life. How much money do you put out every month, month after month, repeatedly, you know, water bills, trash bills, I mean, everything, throw it all in there. How much money do you put out? Do you need, some people call it your monthly nut, right? What do you need to bust your monthly nut every month? And what is that number? Because that is your base financial freedom number. That's the number that tells you, you know what, if I was there to be able to create that much money coming in every month from something that I did once that continues to come in, I could actually quit my job. Now, you wouldn't want to do it yet, but you'd be at a point where you could. So with that, that's your homework assignment. Figure out that number. We'll talk about it next week. And with that, I'm going to end with Napoleon Hill prayer, which says, "O universe, I ask not for more riches, but for more wisdom with which to make better use of the riches I was given at birth, including the power to control and direct my own mind to whatever ends I might desire." Get out there and think about